You might think you have a pretty good handle on our planet. But what if I told you that what we see every day is, well, it's just scratching the surface? That there are secrets out there so strange they sound like they were pulled straight from a movie. Well, today, we're diving into some of Earth's most unbelievable truths.
So, let's start with something simple, right? A river. We've all seen one. But could you imagine a river so incredibly hot that it could literally cook you alive? I mean, that sounds impossible, doesn't it?
Well, not only is it possible, it's a real place. And believe me, that mind-blowing fact is just our first stop. We're about to see just how much stranger and more incredible our world really is.
First up, let's take a look at the absolute limits of nature. We're talking about places on this planet that are so intense, so extreme, they completely rewrite the rules for survival.
200 degrees Fahrenheit. Now that's not the temperature inside your oven when you're baking something. Nope, that is the temperature of a river. Hot enough to make a cup of tea, or do something way, way worse.
Yeah, this is the Chene Timpishka in Peru. It's known as the Boiling River. It flows for 4 miles, and pretty much any animal that accidentally falls in is cooked instantly. But here's the kicker, the part that stumps scientists. The nearest active volcano is 400 miles away. It just shouldn't be this hot.
Okay, so from boiling hot, let's do a complete 180 and go to the other extreme, negative 76 degrees Fahrenheit. A cold so brutal it can literally shatter steel.
And get this, that's not some freak weather event. That's just a regular winter day in Oymyakon, Russia. It's the coldest place on the entire planet where people live all year round. Survival there is an absolute art form. People leave their cars running all day, every day, just so the engines don't freeze solid.
But being extreme isn't always about temperature. In some places, the very air itself is just crackling with this constant wild energy.
This is the Catatumbo lightning in Venezuela. It's not just a storm that rolls through every once in a while. Oh no, it is a near-permanent feature in the sky. It happens 260 nights a year with up to 28 lightning flashes per minute. It's so unbelievably reliable that for hundreds of years, sailors actually used it to navigate, a natural lighthouse.
So we've seen extremes you can feel, but what about the ones you can't even see? Entire worlds hidden right under our noses, or landscapes so huge they completely mess with our sense of scale.
You remember being taught there are 7 continents, right? Well, what if I told you there's an 8th? In 2017, scientists finally, officially recognized Zealandia. It's enormous, twice the size of India, but 94% of it is hidden under the Pacific Ocean. A lost continent, hiding in plain sight.
Okay, this is where things get really wild, and our sense of scale just breaks. We think of planets as being these massive things, right? Well, the single country of Russia, right here on Earth, has more surface area than the entire dwarf planet of Pluto. Let that sink in. A country is bigger than a planet.
And it doesn't stop there. Take Australia. If you measure it from east to west, it's actually wider than the diameter of the moon. So the next time you're looking up at that big bright circle in the sky, just remember, there's a continent down here that's bigger across. It's just mind-blowing.
And we're still finding these incredible hidden worlds. Deep, deep down at the bottom of the Black Sea, scientists discovered a river, an actual flowing river with banks and rapids and even waterfalls. And this isn't just some tiny stream. If this river were on land, it would be the 6th largest river in the world.
So, this planet we live on is obviously a bizarre, extreme place, full of all these hidden secrets. How do we humans even begin to adapt to it all? Well, as you're about to see, our solutions can be just as strange as the planet itself.
Think about your daily commute for a second. It's a drag, right? Going from one side of town to the other. But just imagine if your commute took you from one continent to another every single day. For millions of people in Istanbul, that's just normal life. It's the only city in the world that sits on 2 continents, so you can literally have breakfast in Europe, hop on a ferry, and eat your lunch in Asia, all without ever leaving the city limits. How cool is that?
Okay, so we've talked about a massive city with millions of people. Now let's go to the absolute, and I mean absolute, other end of the spectrum. There's a town in the United States with a population so tiny it's almost unbelievable.
Yup, just one person.
Her name is Elsie Eiler, and she is the one and only resident of Minowi, Nebraska. And because she's the only one there, she serves as the mayor, the town librarian, and she's also the bartender at the local tavern.
She pays taxes to herself and even grants her own liquor license. She's a one-woman town.
And while we're on the topic of population, here's one more paradox for you. Think about Canada. It's the second biggest country in the world, just this vast, sprawling land. And yet, the single U.S. state of California has almost the exact same number of people. It just completely messes with how you picture the world map.
So, what does this all mean? Boiling rivers, continents bigger than the moon, one-person towns. It means our world is so much more dynamic, so much more extreme, and frankly, so much weirder than we ever give it credit for.
I mean, really, think about it. If all of these things are real, and they've been right here under our noses this whole time, it just makes you wonder, right? What other unbelievable secrets is our Earth still hiding from us?